Today we'll talk about variables in JavaScript. So what are variables? A variable is a way to store data that we can use and access later on in our code. There are two types of variables in JavaScript, which is the let and const variable. So you can think of variables like a book. What do you use a book for? Is it to store information that you can access later on and use for something? Let me show you a quick example of the difference between the let and the const variable before we dive into the code. So you can think of let as writing in pencil. So class grade 6. You can easily change this, just erase it and then add something else like grade 7. And also I'm not a doctor, so pardon the handwriting. On the other hand, const is like writing in ink. For you to change it, you have to manually do it with either a T-paste or you just kind of like cancel it out, which doesn't look nice. So basically, let's let you change the values easily without any stress, while const is kind of like writing in permanent marker or in ink. So let's see how this works in code. Okay, so now let's see how we can write this in code. So first, to create a let variable, we just type in let, and then we'll use the same example I did with the book. So let class equal to grade 6. Okay, so there's an issue here because class is a reserved keyword in JavaScript. So let's change this to let pupil class be equal to grade 6. So when naming your variables, just like functions, you need to be conscious that it's something you can easily see later on in your code and be like, oh, this applies to this. If you want to add two words, you can use uppercase. It's more preferred to use this because pupil class, or you can also do this pupil and class underscore. So let's just go with this. So go to grade 6. So this is called a string. So we'll talk more about that in a separate video, but this is how you should write it. A string is basically a text. So this is how you write text. There's a different way to write number. If you want to write a number, you can just do 20 without the strings. But for text, you need to put the double quotes. Yeah, let's pupil class equal to grade 6. So let's run this. We'll run. Okay. First, we need to console the pupil class and then index grade 6. So notice something here. If I come down here and I type pupil class equal to grade 7 and then we run this again, you'll notice that it's changed. So remember the pencil example. Basically, it's erased this one and then just replaced it here with the new value, which is grade 6. So he moved from, which is grade 7. So he moved from grade 6 to grade 7. So basically, let variables are what we use to store information that can change. For example, a pupil is in grade 6. Next year, he's going to be in grade 7. So that's something that changes frequently. Const, on the other hand, the const, let's say name, a person's name, and then we say Jackamso, which is my name, by the way. And then if we print this to the console, like name, let's comment these out and do node index.js. We see Jackamso. So now let's try to change this name. Name equal to, let's say we put it to Bob. So now let's see what happens here. So we can see it throws an error which says assignment to const variable. So just like the example we gave before about const is like writing in permanent marker or in ink. Can't change this. For me to change this, I have to come over here, manually change this to Bob and then run it again. So this is like me using a test to try to make it fade out. So now if we do load index.js, they will get Bob. So consts are values that can be changed. For example, your name won't change. And for you to change your name, you have to go through a long process, go to court, go to this, do this, do this, do this. So it's a manual, long and stressful process. So we use this for values that we are sure won't change over a long period of time. For example, our name. This is the difference between const variable and let variable. It lets us store information either temporarily or permanently. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, you can drop a like, leave a comment. I would love to share what you guys think. If you have any ideas on how I can improve my videos, I would love to hear them. You can also share it with someone who you think it might be useful for when learning variables in JavaScript. Until next time,